So, Shankar, what do you think? How would you explain to a 5-year-old and all the people out there? So, if in India, if you see more than 1.6 billion people, 90% of people think stock market is a gamble. Now, how necessary you think is investing in stock market? But even before that, my question is, how will you explain me that it is not a gamble and it is a first step to financial freedom?
Super. First and foremost, great question, Abhi. And I want all of you to know that the stock market is a must. Okay. If you look at connect all the dots between all the millionaires, billionaires, successful people, one or the other way they are connected to the stock market. Either their company is being traded in the stock market, they are trading or investing in the stock market. Some or the other way it is connected. Then the wealth creation can only happen when you are part of the equity. Wealth creation doesn't happen through the other means. So how do you be part of the massively growing company? How do you be a owner, part owner? Let's say, Abhi, I'll give you a question right now.
Okay.
I want you to open 100 different companies in
Okay.
100 different niches. How much time it takes, how much effort it takes, how much money it takes, how much team it takes. Yeah, I mean, I want you to
So,
open 100
if you
companies.
see in that way, it seems bit impractical
Impractical?
and not a good way to start. But I would say
Yeah.
maybe I can build one company, maximum 5
No, but
companies.
what if that's what I'm asking you? Then it's not possible, right?
Yes.
The same thing can be accomplished in a different way, in a easier way, when you can invest in 100 companies, because there you are part of the company, where their CEO is working for you, their team is working for you, their entire this thing is working for you. What else you want? I mean, one is on our own. I might not be able to build 100 companies. I can be a part of the 100 great companies that I choose. If I have to build, then I am not sure what kind of companies I am choosing. That's one advantage that you can look at. Second one is, so there itself you are not looking at anything like gambling or whatever, but you are part of the company. It's like opening a company. It's like being part of the company. That's number one. Number two is, I don't know if you have gone to any of the casino or anything. So there are two parties in that kind of a setup. The one who goes there and plays the casino. Okay. And there the other side is you are the owner of the casino. What if I told you in that stock market trading you can be like the owner, where you have the systems, you have the processes, you have the odds stacked against in favor of you, and you keep making money with every most of the time. That's very much a possibility when you build systems. Also in trading is probably the only place, okay, where you are both a landlord as well as a servant, or you are both an employer as well as an employee.
Right.
What do you mean by an employer? As an employer, you build systems, you build the processes, you build the SOPs. As a employee, you follow the same systems and this thing. Especially if somebody who is struggling to build business, who's an introvert, or who is not sure what you should do, it is a must for all of them to learn and slowly get into the figuring out the stock market trading and investing.
Fantastic. So, if I could just connect your ending the loop. So, when I say it is not, you say it is not a gamble, and then you say you build systems and processes. That it's no more a gamble; it is a systematic process. Okay. I have a follow-up question associated with that. So, if you go to YouTube, if you go to 100 different platforms, everybody says this is the best strategy, that is the best strategy, right? So, now number one you say is not a gamble, it is a system. But when I talk about system, now there are not 100 but thousands of system, that this strategy is 100, not 100. People claim to be 110%
So the question
strategy.
is, which is a good strategy?
So, my question is not which is a good strategy. My question is how to find the right system which is suitable for me.
It is a awesome question and also a difficult question for me to answer. But however, here is my perspective to this. First and foremost, if you have to find which strategy is good for you, you have to find yourself.
Does that mean that the strategy or whatever is right, it has a very important role along with what kind of personality I am
So
and the
I'll tell you
strategy?
why the success rate in stock market is high. So sorry, the failure rate is high because there are two key variables. One is the market in itself, which is always volatile. Second one is the guy who trades in the market, and our mind is also volatile, and we also move from south to north and this thing. So coming back to your previous question, how do I find what is the best system that suits my personality? In order to find that, you have to first understand your personality.
Now, how do
Who
I do
are
that?
you? Who are you? Are you an aggressive person? Are you a slow person? Are you what kind of a risk you can take? Not just one is the risk profile. Second one is what kind of capital you currently have. What are your goals? Are you looking at a stock market for short term income? Are you looking at it for long term wealth creation? How much time can you give for learning? How much time can you give for executing on a daily basis? Are you open to taking feedback? Feedback from the market, feedback from the coach, feedback from the your colleagues, and are you a person who's able to put all them in the trading journal? Are you, can you take some cues and learnings from the trading journal? So all of these factors affect your decision as to which one are you
Okay,
going to be this thing.
fantastic.
However, there is no right or the wrong this thing. It is, as you rightly said, it is based on your personality. And
Okay. So let me get me into more specific now,
go
right?
ahead, go
I
ahead.
know you don't want to very specifically get into it, but my question is to drill you down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me make it more simplified because I want specific answers. Okay, so let us say, you know, in the class average there are 60 students. Okay, now we'll give you personalities and you tell me what source right for them.
Go ahead, shoot.
Okay, so in a set of 60 people, if you see the, let us say, roll number from 1 to roll number 60, from you see roll number 1 to roll number 10, these are students who only study, never miss their classes, 100% attendance, IA full marks, exams almost out of 100 they score 95. This is one set of person. And then this second set of people, right, go to extreme, let us say from 50 to 60. So these are people who don't care about attendance, who don't care about IA marks, they don't even care if they pass or not, because maybe they had some generation wealth and they are like, they want to enjoy their life. In between those two people are people who are not the top scorers, not they know how to score 50-60 marks, but they also enjoy their college life. So I've given you three such profiles. So first profile from 1 to say 1 to 10 or 1 to 15.
Studious. Can we categorize them as?
Yeah, studious, okay, and very what I can say, non-risk taker is how I would say, non-risk
Understood.
taker.
Understood.
Second is balanced risk, like so they will study also and they will enjoy the class. And the third is extremist, right?
They want
The,
enjoyment.
yes.
So,
Tell me
although
specific thing. What
definitely,
will suit
since
for
you
them?
wanted specific, here is a specific answer for Abhi and all of you. The specific is terrific, so I would like to go specific. The first set of people who are like studious, who are like very this thing, they are not open to any kind of whatever little fun and excitement and other stuff. All the stock market is not for excitement, it's a very costly excitement even if you choose to. For them, I recommend long-term investment, Abhi.
Okay.
The middle part, I recommend both long-term investing as well as the short-term trading. Short-term trading can be in terms of the swing, it can be in terms of options, in terms of so many other things. And for the last ones, you already guessed, is options or the short-term or the swing trading and other stuff, because they would like to be in that this thing. But for all of them, the foundation is the same. Okay, foundation doesn't change. You need
What do you
to
mean by foundation?
think long term, even if you are trading short term. You need to definitely work on your risk management, work on your consistency, discipline, emotions management. There are so many biases in the stock market and overall. So you need to understand about them and then accordingly use them in the right way in your trading and investing. Now, if all of this are taken care of, I mean, there is no way why you should fail.
Okay, great, great. So we understood about this risk profiles. But now, see what happens. Uh, let me share my own experience with other people, right? So there is one part. Let us say from age group of 18 and 19 is when we start feeling that okay, now it's time to make money. We are getting out of the college. We don't have money. Then we work for some company or we start something of our own, and we have now say like 3 lakh, 5 lakh, some kind of corpus with us. And then we see our friends, colleagues talking about stocks, we know about this IPO, and then somebody says option, just all the things, right? And then what we do, how do we start is somebody tells that okay, you invest in this stock and all those things. But what is the right way to start? For example, I have a 2 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees today.
So I'll give you
How
one.
do I start? What should be my next? Immediately 5 steps.
I'll give you one simple way to start your journey or anybody's journey into stock market. This is a beginning. This is not your advanced level, and I call this as a 24-hour stock practice. What is
Okay.
this called as? 24-hour
Stock practice.
practice. And all you need to do is from the time you wake up,
Okay.
okay, what are you consuming or what are you using? So for example, as soon as you wake up, you brush, okay, what is the company of the brush, what is the brand, which company is it being
Colgate,
traded?
let's say Colgate.
Colgate. Then you take the paste, then you go into the other toiletries, then you go by the bike or the car. Automobile is again an explosive industry. Because automobile is no more an aspirational, it's the common thing. Which bike are you riding or which car are you going by? And
Even the tires.
even the tires for the car, okay, and then the entire ecosystem, the engine oil, the everything, okay. Start mapping all of them in the next 24 hours from morning 6 a.m. to the next a.m. That itself will open up a lot of nodes for you within. This is just the beginning into the stock market. And let's say if you eat pizza, so which company is this? If you go for anything else or you buy atta, okay, then you buy the noodles or whatever you do, and then what dress you wear, then the everything else, okay. This is one practice, I call it as, I make my advanced mentorship students also do this 24-hour stock practice. This way you will start understanding, you will be able to connect your personal life to the stock market automatically. Second way is then you need to start studying and then start looking at what are some of these market caps, large cap, mid cap, small cap. Then you need to start understanding indices. Then my favorite has been an index trading. I mean, I strongly encourage everybody to, instead of looking at a single stock trading, move to a index trading. And there are so many indexes right now.
So
Abhi.
can you
There are
simplify for
FMCG
me
index.
stock versus index? What is the basic index?
Good question. So stock is a single stock,
Okay.
and single stock has a possibility that it can become zero or it can go down. For
Absolutely.
example, there are so many stocks which continue to go down, and as an investor, if you are investing, there is a possibility that the stock that you are investing might go down and might become zero. Versus, what if I told you that all the FMCG stocks in one basket,
Oh.
that too you can trade or invest with just 200, 300 rupees. I mean, each of those stocks, if you want to buy individually, that might cost let's say 1000 rupees per stock. And if you have to buy individually all the stocks, you might need
Correct.
a lot of money. But the combination of all of them put into something called as the exchange traded fund and the ETFs, and then you can directly invest or trade in the ETF itself. So that's the huge advantage, and I have recently been I've developed about 5 strategies in ETF. One of them is called as the ETF plantation. Okay, like how you are going to be planting seeds, and then they start giving you fruits, and or they can become they reach a stage where you are going to be consuming, and that has been working phenomenal. Again, it's almost because the ETFs will not go to zero, it is perfectly suited for people who have less risk. Okay, they are not taking high risk. Then you can also use ETFs for monthly investing, and you can again become intelligent in that and figure out when not to invest, when to invest more. What if I just give you this tweak? This tweak alone is about, I mean, crores together of, because this itself can actually increase your net worth increase your returns and all of that stuff. So many other things can be done with this ETF, because the fundamental assumption is that the ETFs will not become zero, because they are a combination of might not become
basically
zero.
an average of the stocks,
correct,
which
correct,
ensures
correct.
that either one is going up,
And
the other is
if you
balancing
are
out.
a real estate, if you understand real estate, then in real estate, I don't know if you have seen, if the price doesn't go up, they will not sell. They will wait for the price to come up and then sell.
Correct.
Same concept can be implemented in ETF. You will hold on only when it gives you the profits, only then you are going to be
And an
getting.
absolute
Or
liquid asset as well.
One more, yes, you bang on. One more example I will give you. Have you gone to any Kirana store or any store?
Yeah.
Okay. So now think of yourself as a owner of the Kirana store or any store.
Okay.
And in that store, what you are doing is you are procuring goods, you are buying goods. Okay. So let's say you are buying about 50 goods. So you divide your capital into 50 because you want to buy 50
Correct.
different goods, and you want to get the goods at a good price when they are trading at a good lesser price. So you start accumulating, and now the customers will come if only when you can sell it at a slightly higher price, when you can make some profits, you are going to be giving it back to them. If there is no demand for that particular product, then you will keep it in your godown. If the same product is available at a lesser price right now, you again buy, and this is called as averaging down. Again, I am not proposing averaging down in the individual stocks because of the reasons we are already explaining. But in the ETF, averaging down is a good idea, because then you know your assumption in our ETF is that if not today, if not in the next months, if not in the next year, it is going to go up, and you are going to be getting the targets. So as you rightly said, liquid asset, no need of worrying about the stop losses, and if somebody is dreaming of a green in all their months, if you have seen the Zerodha that P&L, it is a possibility with ETF investing. So likewise, there are so many things that you can do. Once you go into the market, you have to jump in, you have to hire a mentor, you have to talk to people, you have to understand what's happening in the market, you have to watch videos, you have to enroll into courses. Then you start opening up your minds, you start understanding that yes, there is a possibility. I didn't know why I am not thinking like this, why I was not knowing about this. So ask those questions. How do I when I ask this question is, how do I have a green months,
Portfolio.
green year? No, none of my trade should be a loss making trade. How's that vision? Amazing.
Looks
Possible.
ambitious.
Possible. No, possible. Very much a possibility. So,
But now coming to the same part, right? Everybody wants green, but everybody doesn't just get red, but bloody red. Now what do I mean by that?
I know.
Is even the capital which I start with. NSE itself and stock exchange says that people who are investing, 7 out of 10 people blow up their account. Right? We are talking about everywhere green, and now we are only seeing red.
So,
how do I ensure?
Unfortunate truth be told, unless until you take your losses, unless until you jump in, you start understanding, you start doing that, whatever amount of videos they watch, whatever amount of advice I give, your experience is your experience. You have to go through that. Okay,
It's
through.
like learning to ride a cycle.
Correct. You have to go
fall.
through, you have to understand, you have to
fall.
experience little bit of losses, and you have to start understanding that you should not take losses to your heart, you should not take profits to your head. And again, one, you spoke about the losses, but then when you make a profit and then you think the market is always going to be like this, you add more money and then that gives you a loss. Again, that's also a probability. That's where I keep talking about 3 orientations. First one is, all of us start in the stock market with a greed orientation. We think stock market is easy, profits are this thing. Then when we see some kind of a setback, then we move to fear orientation, like we are now fearful. We keep either small losses or very small targets. Then ideal place to be in is called as risk orientation. So in fact, people in my circle are this thing, how Shankar, why you don't look at the stock market only? My thing is, if I am looking at the stock market, can I move my stock market? Can I move the stock market? Can you move the stock market? Can you, who is watching this thing, if you take a trade, can you push the market up? Then what are you trying to do by this thing? So place your entry, place your target, place your stop loss, and sit aram se.
You mean to
You
say,
need to learn
if
to.
I just learn my risk management,
Yeah, you
I'll
need to
not blow up
learn.
my account.
You need to learn. I'll give you the final framework.
Okay.
Abhi. First and foremost is the foundation is you. You, your consistency, your commitment, your discipline, and most importantly, how committed are you? Because interest in trading gets you results. Interest in trading gets you started, but only the commitment gets you results. Second one, once you have taken care of yourself, your capital and other stuff. Second one is your risk management. Yeah, what kind of capital are you investing? Are you trading only on the amount that you can afford to lose, and all of those things. After that also, are you following the 1% risk management? Then comes the core philosophy. Core philosophy is where are you cutting the losses short, running the profits long, or if you are using options, are you using theta decay to your advantage? Are you using the expiries to your advantage? Are you doing the consistent trading? Then comes the strategy. Okay, strategies, are your entry rules clear? Are your exit rules clear? What are the rules for what if? Then comes the execution, and are you also managing your trading journal? Are you learning from your own mistakes? Are you learning from others' mistakes? And are you following your trading journal? If you take care of all of this, there is no way this profit pyramid will have losses on the top. It can only have profits on the top. If you are having losses, you just have to come back and check in this pyramid, where are you making mistakes? Just tweak that, correct that. You are on your path to profits, Abhi, and thank you for asking.
Great,
Wonderful.
Shankar. Thank you very much for the insight. I think by this, at least I now know how do I put my first 5 steps.
Yes.
So, thank you, and we'll wait for some more
Thank you,
sessions,
and
and see you
in the next video.